Alright everybody, what's up? Justin here. We are back. I've got on a little bitty tight t-shirt and a stack of CDs, so let's get going. First, we are winding down the fucking D's. I wonder if I have more D's than anything else. I bet there's more S's. We'll find out eventually. Going at this rate, it'll be 2020 by the time we get there. So first, I have Down. I'm sure controversial because people don't like Phil Anselmo. Oh, okay. But Down is incredible. So, Down is a sludge, southern metal rock band supergroup. NOLA came out in 1995. It's Phil Anselmo singing, Jimmy Bauer playing drums, Pepper Keenan playing guitar, Kurt Weinstein playing guitar, and Todd Strange on bass. And it is just a down-home, fucking get down, smoke a lot of weed, boogie down record. It's full of soul, man. Down is just full of fucking soul. It's a painful record, but it's got a killer layout, all handwritten, nice pictures of New Orleans. It's fucking, it's eclectic. And I fucking love this band. I used to work at a store that had music piped in, and it kept playing these songs over and over again, and I was like, and this is probably 15 years ago, I was like, that's Phil Anselmo singing, but I don't know what band this is. And it turns out it was Down, and I knew who Down was, I just never listened to him. And I became obsessed. Down is by far my favorite project of all of those guys. So I like Down better than COC, and I like Down better than Crowbar, and I like Down better than Pantera. And newsflash, I like Pantera. So second, Down 2, A Bustle in Your Hedgerow, which is a Led Zeppelin reference. Led Zeppelin sucks. This was the record that really fucking catapulted them. The first one was just like, hey, these buddies got together and wrote some songs, and then 7-8 years later they did it again, but they locked themselves in Phil Anselmo's barn and didn't leave for 40 days. And this is what came out of it, and it's a fucking trip, man. There's so many fucking killer songs on this. Lysergic Funeral Procession is just this heavy fucking sludgy, doomy track about doing drugs. They're all about doing drugs. The Man That Follows Hell. Stained Glass Cross is got just the jammiest fucking clutch riff in it. And hand claps, and it's fucking good. New Orleans is a Dying Whore. It's about how shitty and fucking gross New Orleans is. But this is the one, guys. Down 2. Then we have Down 3, Over the Under. There's been long gaps in between their records. And Down 3 was kind of set into motion by Katrina. And these guys have been down and out, pun not intended. And Phil Anselmo came to Pepper Keenan, he said, hey, we gotta do another record. And this one's good, man. It's real heavy, it's real thick, it's overproduced. They definitely had some push behind them. It's got a decent layout to it, real thick, heavy booklet. But each song, Phil's got like 9 vocal tracks on every song. It's real slick. And I know some Down fans who aren't crazy about it. But it's good. There's a lot of method behind this one. These guys were all approaching 40 or over 40 when this one came out. And they're all in their 50s now. But I like this one. I'll reach for it a good bit, but not as much as Down 2. Then they decided, hey, we're going to do 4 EPs that will eventually create a full length, and 2 of them came out. They're okay. The first one, I don't even know what it's called. Does it have a name, or is it just the Down EP 1? I don't remember. But the song Witch Tripper is really good. This Curse is a Lie. But they're a little dirtier again. I think that it kind of caught up with them that they were a little too over the top on the third one. And then this one, which I don't know if it has an actual name or not, I couldn't get into it. I've listened to it a handful of times, and it didn't click with me. I need to really focus on it some more. But it came out 4 years ago, so I don't know what they're doing. Ever since the third record came out, they've kind of been a cohesive touring band. But, you know, Phil has got a dozen side projects, and Pepper's doing COC again. So I don't know what's going to happen with the other 2 EPs or if they'll ever play. I got to see them on tour in 2007 here in Atlanta, and it was fucking killer. But I really, really like Down. And even the someone who may despise Pantera and Pantera culture and Phil Anselmo may like this band. It's completely fucking different. It shows a talent that all of these guys have that you wouldn't know was there. So then we have 2 CDs by Dragbody. Inheritance of Detriment and Flip the Kill Switch. Dragbody was a hardcore band from Florida. They existed in the mid-90s, mid to late 90s. They were real noisy and chaotic sounding, but they were a bunch of like grown dudes. They weren't hardcore kids. You know, these were already like men pushing 30 with beards way before that shit got popular. Now, and I saw them a bunch back then. And Inheritance of Detriment is a compilation of 7 inches and stuff. And it has my favorite song on it, Inhuman Likeness. There's another version of that song on the 403 Chaos comp. And if you know what the 403 Chaos comp is, you're awesome. Anyway, this is just, it's noisy, riffy, hardcore metal, but not in the way that you're thinking. I will drop some links below. Really special band to me. I know people who, I never really knew them directly, but we have mutual friends. So, the full length was recorded with Steve Albini, and it sounds like it was recorded with Steve Albini, and I'm not as crazy about it. It's real noisy, and more chaotic. It's not as structured as the older songs were, but they're a killer fucking band, man. They reformed and did like a reunion / last show a couple years ago, and I didn't know about it until after it happened. So, next, really fucking awesome band, really special band to me, Drive-By Truckers. I have 3 of their CDs on CD. How else would I have them on CD? And I have some others on vinyl. The important one is this. This is their 4th record, Decoration Day. I also have so Pizza Deliverance is their 2nd record. I'm not even talking about it. I don't like it. Their 3rd record is called Southern Rock Opera, and it is a 2-disc, 2-hour-long record that it tells a story of a band that forms and plays shows and gets big, and then tragedy happens, and it's a narrative about Lynyrd Skynyrd, but it's a fake band in the story. And I thought I had the CD, but maybe I don't. I know I have it on vinyl. But anyway, Decoration Day was their 4th record, and I cannot tell you how special this record is to me. I got it long after it came out. It was recommended by a friend of mine, and it's a Southern rock record. They're from Northern Alabama, by way of Athens, Georgia, which is not far from me. But when I saw them live in 2002. They played every song on this record, all 15 tracks, and other songs. But I'm going to do a 5-minute favorites on this one, I think. There are so many riffs. There were 3 guitar players on this record. Just the hooks and the riffs and the lyrics. This is just really, really, really killer, twangy, southern rock and roll about just being white trash and growing up white trash and loving music, man. So then, the record that followed this is called The Dirty South. I have it on vinyl. It is, if this is a 10, it's a 9.75. It's fucking awesome. And then they fell off. They started putting out a record like every 18 months. And the quality got less and less, and key members left the band. But then a couple of years ago, 2014, they put out this, English Oceans. and I just happened to see it not long after it came out, real cheap in a record store, and I bought it. And it's okay. It doesn't do it for me. I've listened to it a handful of times, and I'm like, I'm over it. They might have 2 or 3 records since then. They're really prolific, but they will never, ever, ever top the genius of this fucking album. Being a Southern man and being from the South, I think I kind of understand this on a deeper level than some people may. I don't know. Next, we have Drop Gun with Devil Music. I got this as a promo to review, and I think it's kind of like grown man punk rock. For some reason, it reminded me of like Dillinger 4 or Panther UK, or I don't know. Just that kind of like Social Distortion maybe, but I have not listened to this in a long, long, long time. I may be completely wrong. Maybe I can find it on YouTube. Then we have Druk with Songs of Grief and Solitude. I absolutely love Druk. They're one of my favorite black metal bands, but this is the only CD I own, and this is the one that's all instrumental stuff, all clean guitar stuff. And it's okay. I have every record up to the last 2 on vinyl, and I've got a couple of tapes. Then we have Dwight Yoakam, acoustic. So Dwight Yoakam, of course, is a country singer. He's part of that Bakersfield, California sound, like Buck Owens, who I absolutely fucking adore. And this is a bunch of Dwight Yoakam's songs done acoustic. And you bought it from his website, and this is how it came. But I bought it at a record store for $3 in, like, clearance bin. Dwight Yoakam's rad. He's one of the few, like, still modern country artists that I like. He's been around fucking forever. Next, we have a compilation, Earplugged 2. Ear 8 compilation came out 1,000 years ago, and this was the first place that I heard a lot of bands. First place I heard At the Gates, first place I heard Godflesh, first place I heard Iron Monkey, Anal Cunt, and I listened to this a bunch when it came out. It was like $1, 1997, so whatever. It had a CDR in it called Mixed Tracks. There's no telling what the fuck is on there. Then we have Earth with Hibernaculum. This was also a promo. This followed a record or 2 after Hex, and I fucking love Hex, but I have a cardboard promo sleeve version of Hex. I haven't listened to this much. I want to say that it didn't really click with me. I like how western and twangy Hex is. That's really like the only Earth material I really, really know. I like the lions made honey or the bees made honey in the lion's skull a lot, but not like Hex. And I don't like the old droney alternative stuff. But I'll have to check this out. Earth is good, go to sleep music. Next, we have a live CD. This is called California Takeover. Earth Crisis, Snapcase, and Strife. It's 3 live sets. It's only a couple of songs each. There's only 12 songs on it. But it's from a show they did in California fucking 22 years ago. And I've had this since I was in high school. I probably haven't listened to it in 20 years. So then we have Earth Crisis with Gomorrah's Season Ends. Earth Crisis is a very, very militant, vegan, straight-edge hardcore band. And this record, they really upped the ante. It was really fucking heavy and metallic. It's got really, like, almost death metal vocals on it. And it really clicked with me when I was 16 years old. I have not listened to it in years, though. If all you've ever heard is, like, Firestorm Earth Crisis or nu metal Earth Crisis, this is a lot different. And I loved this. They played here in Atlanta a few months ago, and I went to see them just out of nostalgia. And they were good. It was fun. But I'll probably never, ever, ever listen to that again. And then last, Ed Gein with Judas Goats and Diesel Eaters. This was given to me as a promo. It is on Metal Blade Records, and I think it's really heavy, kind of noisy, hardcore metal. I don't remember. I remember liking it when I listened to it to review, but I haven't listened to it ever since, and it has sat on the shelf. So, that is that. That's this stat. There's nothing really super exciting here, but let's talk about it. I say that, but Drive-By Truckers Decoration Day is probably one of my top 10 favorite albums of all time. And there's a song on the title track, Decoration Day. I named my son after a character in that song. So that tells you any indication of how much I like that band and how much I like that album. So comment, like, subscribe. Let's talk about these. I'll drop links below for everything. I got more ideas coming up for more videos. I hope everybody liked the live show video I did. I'm going to do some more of those. And some more 5-minute favorites coming up. So I'll talk to you guys later.